Welcome to Norfolk Perspective City Slice. I'm Bob Batcher, and it's not Tuesday night, but we have two council members here. Vice Mayor Angela Williams-Graves, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Pretty good so far.
So far.
See ya. And council member for Ward 1, Andrew Pertagiro, how you doing?
Doing well, Bob. Thanks.
This is much more comfortable than sitting around that table, isn't it?
It is much more informal.
We've gotten kind of used to the table too.
That's true. Someday we're going to come in and, you know, I got to tell you, because we do live television. Did you know that from the council meeting?
Yeah.
I figured you did. We stream it, and then I usually catch it after because we put it up on the site. And it's remarkable. The time I tune in, there's over like 39 or 40 views. Did you guys realize that people tune into this stuff?
I
you
didn't
hearing?
realize how much people would tune into it. I remember when we first went to television and I would be out and people would say, I saw you on television, and my mind would go back, did I do any TV interviews? Did I do this? Did I do that? And then it hit me, they're watching our council meeting. And then I realized that it played over and over and over. So it's really been great because people do actually watch and pay attention.
Well, if you remember when Tommy and I and Angela came on, that was one of the things that we really wanted was that transparency, to be able to have people watch the sausage get made at the council table. And so that's been a great experience. But the most fun I have is when I go somewhere and a friend of mine says, you know, I'm in bed, I'm asleep, and it's 11 o'clock, and I hear your voice. And he goes, what are you doing in my bedroom? He goes, and they'll say, I look up and my wife is watching you on TV, on council. And I said, well, you know, it's unbelievable the amount of women that I get a chance to actually go to sleep with.
Well, well, wait a minute. That's a crowded bed, because I've had people say the same thing about Norfolk Perspectives. So we'll have to talk after.
Really crowded.
But it
really
shows
crowded.
that kind of appetite that the public has to really know how the sausage is made.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I guess that explains why when Brian Pennington, our legislative guy, said we want to talk about the policy, you guys are here because you're really the beginning of making that sausage when it comes to the legislative process, right?
That is true. And I think that when we get the feedback from the citizens and we get the understanding of what people want and we have an opportunity to project it at the council table. Sometimes it comes by way of text in the middle of a council meeting. Sometimes it comes by way of a Facebook request. As I think yesterday, the vice mayor used a Facebook request.
Absolutely.
And made demands for answers from the police department. So it can happen at any time during session, right before we get those requests, and that's really what we wanted. We wanted people to be able to watch and then reach out and touch us while we're doing it.
It's very interactive. It is far more interactive, again, than I ever imagined that it would be. I mean, for me, it was just let the people see what we do. It's just the right thing to do. But once they start to see what we do, we get to see how much they care about what we do and how much interaction they actually want. So Andy's right, it has come from text message or Facebook request or whatever, and it is very interactive. So it takes that barrier away from people and their actual elected representatives.
Well, the other thing it does is we can be in a council session and actually get a question.
Right.
And so I am sitting there and I'll look down and it's my cell or the iPad, the city iPad, and I'll look down and there's a question from a citizen who's watching us at that time. And I can then refer to that and make that request.
Or they're saying, don't forget this.
Yes.
Right.
Don't forget that.
Because I mean, I think there's like 25 chairs that the community can come into and sit, but that it really is the open way, and you can lay in bed and watch it too.
You can, but we really want the citizens there. If they have an opportunity to come, by all means come, but if you can't get there, you can always get through to us. We're always, we try to be available. And then also come to council. Make your request before us. It's unbelievable where when we can sit there and we actually say, somebody may have a question and we can turn to the manager and say, answer the question now. Or set up a meeting with the citizen and make sure the citizen's requests are met. And we can demand that because that's our job. We're advocates and we can demand that for them.
So the legislative process with Richmond, and that's one reason it begins with you all, because you're right there. I mean,
Absolutely.
you're also walking up and down the street and running into and going to meetings and things like that.
Right.
We just had the election of the Senate and the House and they're going to go to work in January.
Right.
So why is this developing the package important to the city of Norfolk?
Well, the legislative package being developed in the city of Norfolk is very important because there are things that we can't do as a city on our own. We need funding from the state and we need funding from the federal government. Most people don't realize that Virginia is, or maybe they don't realize Virginia is a Dillon Rule state. So there are things that we cannot do without permission from our General Assembly members. We need them to either carry bills, propose legislation, or delegate funding in the upcoming budget to help us with some of the things that we think are important. And one of those things that, well, actually two of the things that are very important to us is public school education, as well as flooding. Those are two huge issues in the city of Norfolk that we desperately need help from the state and federal government with.
Okay, let's kind of, because almost 40% of our local funding, the city budget, goes to public education.
Correct.
You may not know it, but it does. But so much of the school support really does come from Richmond and also some federal funds too, right?
Well, what's happened is we do get funds from Richmond. The trouble is that since about 2007, 2008, Richmond's cut almost $30 million. So that money has to be backfilled by the city of Norfolk, and in turn, that's what we have to do. We have to find that money. At the same time, as a city, we're the ones that are responsible for the capital improvements. So when it comes to a new school, we have 5 new schools coming online. We have maintenance that we have to do at schools. That still falls back upon the city. So when Richmond cuts funding, we in turn have had to backfill it. And that's been a significant stress on us as a city. Keeping in mind that if we had the ability to tax the 38% of the city, which we can't tax,
Right.
because it's an airport or it's a port or it's the Navy or it's schools or other city-owned property, we would be making $122 million a year more if that was in our budget, but it's not. So we've had to make up for that type of lack of funding from Richmond.
And it's never really been in our budget. We've always had the military, we've always had the port, we've always had those things. But what we have experienced, like Andy said, since 2009, is a drop in funding from Richmond. And so that has been very difficult for us. Andy and I came on the council the same year in 2010, and that has been very difficult for us because we have had to find that money. Those are our students. Those are students of residents of Norfolk. And they
And our future.
And our future, absolutely. Right. And so we have to make sure that they get a quality education, and there's only so much that you can cut out of a budget without affecting the quality of the education that our students are getting. We have increased class sizes, we've had to lay off teachers and full-time equivalent positions. I mean, it's the gamut runs the entire spectrum when you're talking about a significant loss like we've had to experience.
And keeping in mind, a city like Norfolk, the money that we make when it comes from our real estate tax is really what we have to focus on, because that's how we can examine our budget. That's our concrete funds that we know that we have.
Right. Now, you know, we keep talking about Richmond, but as you get the phone call from the husband, they live in our city. So they're really part of, so do they get it?
I don't know that the average citizen really realizes the amount of money that has been lost. If you had a budget of $100,000 in your household and you lost 30% of that, that would be $30,000. So you go from $100,000 to $70,000, and to some that sounds like a lot of money either way. But if you had a $1,000 budget and you lost $300, now you only have $700. So what we want people to understand is that we're going to Richmond, we're going to our delegation, we're asking them to fight for us, but not just fight for the council, but fight for every one of the 32,000 children that we have in the Norfolk Public School System and the 2,200 pre-K children that we have here as well.
Now, what makes this a little bit different, Bob, than in years past is that we're actually on the same sheet of music with Norfolk Public Schools, in that we have aligned our principles together. People say, why haven't you done it before? Well, there have been times that we have met and Norfolk Public Schools has gone forward, we've gone forward, but this is a chance that we've said, we're going to join together, we're going to push one common agenda in Richmond, but not just Norfolk, because there's something called the Fertile Crescent, or at least the crescent that comes from Northern Virginia, Alexandria, comes down through Fredericksburg, Richmond, into Williamsburg and then on to Norfolk. That's about 75% of the state's population there. And not only have we met with Norfolk Public Schools, we've met with the local localities, with Suffolk and Chesapeake, talking about their priorities through the Virginia Municipal League. And then in turn, we have a meeting that is currently set that will include all of those cities that are in that crescent that from Alexandria to Norfolk. So that way we do align ourselves and it becomes much more powerful in Richmond.
I was going to say, I'm visualizing this army going to Richmond now with a common mission.
Absolutely. Absolutely, because these cuts are statewide. We
Right.
know what affects us. We know what affects Norfolk because that is what we do every day. But these cuts are statewide, and every single child in the Commonwealth of Virginia is losing out because the state has cut funding.
Since 2009, if we look at the state itself, $1 billion has been cut, and that turns out to be about $900 per student per year.
Wow.
Yep.
Now, okay, you guys live this. I kind of live it too, but it still gets confusing. So we've set up the website
Yeah.
so that people can go and get more information.
Absolutely.
Now, what do you want them to do with that information?
We want them to review the legislative priorities because, again, it's not just education, it's funding as well. But we want them to review the legislative priorities. We've got 5 requests, 17 priorities, 3 budget requests, and 8 budget priorities. And we want their input. We want to know if we've gotten it right. We want to know if we've forgotten anything. We want their input. And then on December 8th, they can come out to council and let us know what they think. They can also email into the city and let us know what they think about the budget priorities. We want their input.
That sounds easy.
It is easy.
It is easy. Just come, and if you can't go online, come down to council. I mean, come down and prepare your own type of budget request for us. Let us see what you want. That's okay. And then give that to us. Let us advocate for you. And that's what we do. So it is open December 8th.
Now,
And if you can't come to council, if you can't go online, you can call the city clerk's office and they can print a copy for you. You can pick it up at City Hall.
there you go. Now, I also earlier made reference to the delegation that's in Richmond in January. Before January, they're right here in Norfolk at their homes.
Absolutely.
And so they can come through you, the resident can come through you all, but they can also go direct, right?
You can go direct,
Absolutely.
and they always could. So even
Absolutely.
it's not required that you have a legislative package to go to Richmond. It is nice if it's something specific that requires, like the Vice Mayor was saying, let's say a charter change. But in reality, you can go right to your delegate, right to your senator, and ask them because they don't need our approval. We're just telling them what we want right now, but they don't need our approval. They can go forward with their own bills too.
No, but boy, I still have that picture of the Army going to Richmond.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah, so work with you guys, go to our website, get educated, get informed, check with your neighbor,
Right. Call us.
and then talk to you guys.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thanks for everything that you guys do, in spite of keeping us up in the middle of the night, watching you on council.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks a
We
lot.
appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us.